Hello everybody, it's me John, aka Nosy, and I'm back for another video. Now, obviously as you would have seen, I did my trailer thoughts video in real time. I watched it for the very first time, the Transformers 1 trailer, and yeah, upon from watching that, I've watched the trailer a couple more times since, and I wanted to kind of give a little bit more to my thoughts on it. Now, I've been really thinking about it since I did it. It's been kind of on my mind, and I've had a few comments on the initial trailer thoughts video that I did, which has made me kind of look at it in a different way. I still have issues with the voice cast, but I'm not really gonna. This video isn't going to be talking about that too much. But I've taken some screen caps, and I want to kind of have like more of a closer look at certain little things within it. Just kind of give the trailer a little bit more dimension. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Now, the first thing I want to talk about is right at the very beginning as the trailer starts. We all saw Orion and who would become Megatron in what looks like some sort of holding facility, some kind of facility. Now, in my video I did about my trailer thoughts video, I spoke about obviously when you look at the origins and the continuity we've had in the past, obviously Megatron apparently was a gladiator. Now it's looking like obviously this film has changed the law quite a bit. It's kept some things the same, but with looking at this trailer in more depth and looking at it again, it's looking like they've really kind of changed it to the point where they are all just regular factory workers or possibly miners. They're possibly mining energon, energon deposits or something. I don't know, but it's looking like there's already a faction, which is different. Is that it's like there's a faction already established well before, obviously there was anyways. Looking at it, there was obviously an established Cybertronian life well before Optimus or Orion and Megatron. Obviously because you've got the past primes as well, and obviously you see with Alpha Trion, he's very old. You can see because he's got a lot of moss build up on him. Of course, he's an ancient being. So what's interesting about this is with them all been factory workers. So it's looking like, as we see in the trailer, they have, of course, looking like all of them are factory workers, including B-127 or Bumblebee. They are all obviously working or doing something at some kind of facility. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, and we all saw this, is I'm wondering if they are reprimanded for something. Like maybe they've done something wrong, maybe they've been messing about, or because as you see the whole thing with the jetpack, where they both have like that scene where they have they put jetpacks on themselves and they start messing about. I'm kind of wondering if like they were a bit like pranksters and like messing around in that degree, and they just got into trouble and ended up being sentenced to some sort of like labour sort of job, and that's how they end up where they are. Because as you see that character that chucks them and says you have to go to waste management, and things like that. So it's making me wonder that, that is where we start things off. Also, something else I wanted to bring up is the whole thing around Bumblebee or B-127. Now, I do know that I read that this film was not supposed to tie in. It was supposed to be completely separate to the live-action Transformers films. At the moment, it's too early to really speculate too far on that because obviously the film hasn't come out yet. It's not out until September. But it's making me kind of wonder that obviously they refer to him as B-127, which is a complete reference, which is a reference to the Bumblebee film. I had a great comment from on my video, my post thoughts, my trailer thoughts video. I had a great comment where he said that even the alt mode for Bumblebee or B-127 is a similar alt mode, or is kind of roughly based off the alt mode for as you saw at the beginning in the Cybertron scenes on Cybertron in the Bumblebee film. Now, yeah, that is actually a very good point that person brings up. Because when I first initially watched the trailer, that didn't really click at first, because I don't know why, because I'm an idiot. But it didn't really click at first, and then I thought, then after watching it a few more times, the trailer, then I thought, like, yeah, okay, so because obviously D. Bonaventura, he's obviously the producer, he's been a part of the live action stuff, everything basically cinematic. So yeah, I'm not really surprised that they are tying it in now, but I do remember reading it wasn't supposed to be. So this is kind of interesting. But yeah, I just thought to just bring that up. Another thing I want to talk about is I'm kind of wondering, obviously within the trailer, I'm wondering after really looking at it again, since I did the initial first thoughts or initial watch video, I'm wondering if that they've kind of put kind of the beginnings of what would become obviously the Cybertronian War, because obviously as we know from with how the Transformers lore goes, is obviously at the point of where we know Optimus and Megatron, from where we know them as those characters, as those leaders. Of course, the war on Cybertron had been raging for millions and millions of years. Now, obviously, this is at the origin stage. What's interesting is that in some of these scenes that I noticed, or some of these scenes are like flash and you miss them. You really have to kind of pause at certain points to really get some of it. And I noticed like some really interesting points, and also the kind of mention about nobody goes up to the surface as well, which makes me kind of wondering the whole, which again part of a comment that I got on the trailer thoughts about them being miners, or they somehow for some reason they're like a colony that lives underground. Which is an interesting concept, that they seem to live underground. They've never seen the surface in their lives, which makes me wonder that there's some kind of hierarchy at play. And as you see in another image, could it be because of the quintessons? Now, is this a quintesson in this image? What do you people think? I think it could be. It's obviously a completely different take on all the how they look and the character design, so it could be quintessons. It's interesting, really. It's kind of interesting looking into it, that it's looking like we are, they were like, they're like underground dwellers, and they've never seen the surface before, which is interesting, because they're literally in awe of the surface because of how dangerous it is. And so it's interesting that there's something at play, certainly something at play, that this trailer, because the thing is about this trailer as well, that it's drowned out by the comedy factor, and I think looking into it, they've done that on purpose, and they've flashing certain points in there, which is making me a bit more interested in seeing the film to a degree. Is upon looking at it more, there's I think the trailer is purposely made as a distraction, more for the fans and the collectors. I think there's more at play here than more than meets the eye, if you know what I mean. Also, another look, because I do mention this in my trailer thoughts. You know, you see Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave. So what's interesting again, if you look at the lore we've had in the past, Starscream, I believe, is a scientist or something back in the G1 continuity. But in this, it's looking like he's already kind of establishing, or it's already kind of becoming the Decepticon faction, or he's working for this weird squid tentacle guy that you see in another scene. It's making me wonder as if that in this version, in this continuity, or the new lore that this film, or the new reimagined lore, should I say, for this film, it's looking like maybe the Decepticons are practically already there, but they don't have a leader, they don't have a decisive leader. Also, I wanted to just play a little bit of a clip from the trailer, like a sound clip, because I didn't pick this up first time initially, because I don't know why, but I didn't notice, but I could be listening to this completely wrong, or other people have probably already kind of picked this up firsthand. But upon watching this trailer again a few times, I noticed that there's a slight pitch difference in voice. Now, I don't know who this could be. It could be Alpha Trion, or it could be John Hamm's character who plays Sentinel. Sentinel Prime, or Sentinel in the series, or it could be kind of like a very sneaky way of them morphing from Chris Hemsworth to whoever replaces him as Optimus Prime's voice. Now, it could be any of those three. Now, this is just speculation on my part, or people probably already are well aware in their own mind of what this actually means, but I noticed that there is a different, there's like a pitch difference. It goes, you can tell it's like almost like it's two separate voices being stitched together, or it's the same voice, but it's just, I don't know. But give it a listen, and what do you think?
We stand here together as one.
And yeah, so that's pretty much the video that I wanted to do for today. Just kind of clear things up a little bit, make things a little bit more a decisive watch, and kind of like dig into, like, analyze things a little bit more differently. But yeah, so that's the video. That is the video I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm still in two minds about the voice cast, but not putting too much emphasis on that in this video. But yeah, I will be going to see it, and this will probably be the last video I do on this, unless there is another trailer that comes out. No doubt they'll release maybe one more trailer before it releases in September, I don't know. But unless there's nothing else released between now and September, this will probably be the last video that I do regarding Transformers 1. At least the trailer or the film side of it anyway. So yeah, I will do a post or a thoughts review once the film's been out and I've seen it as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the comments on my initial trailer thoughts from from people that commented on there. Thank you very much for those, and thank you for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back very soon.